Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Bullshot Darts. In this one I'm going to go over 4 different things that you can do to instantly improve your dart game. But first, if you're new, please make sure to follow Bullshot Darts on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So the first 2 things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to clump together for one. And the first thing is we're going to talk about is having a solid stance. So I've seen a lot of dart players. I do it myself sometimes. We're all guilty of it sometimes. But we need to have a solid stance. A lot of times I'll see dart throwers throw, and when they go forward or when they throw, they lean forward with the release of their dart. I know you can't see my legs right now, but sometimes they'll kick up their back leg when they throw, or maybe they're a little wobbly. We don't want that. We're trying to have nothing move on our body except our arm. The more things that we have moving, the more room there are for mistakes. So the first thing that we're going to focus on is having a nice solid stance. So I want you guys to go to your dart line and really focus on where your feet are and get a good stance. I'm not even holding on to my darts right now. I'm just making sure I have a good solid stance. I'm balanced. I have weight on my front foot, some on my back, and I have very good balance. So even when I throw, I'm not rocking or anything. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to focus on. Next, so it's all part of the same thing. We are just going to focus on moving just our arm when we bring our dart back. Okay? Notice I'm just moving my arm on my backswing. Okay, sometimes I'll see guys, they drop their arm when they throw, or they'll bring their arm up when they throw. This all goes back to that same thing. The less stuff we have moving, the less room there are for mistakes. So, what we're going to do, we're going to pick up our darts and we're going to practice just our solid stance and just moving our arm. We're not really trying to hit anything specifically on the dartboard. The reason why is because I want you guys to focus on your mechanics. We're not working on or focusing on what we're hitting, because if we're not hitting what we're aiming for, we're going to get discouraged. Once we get our mechanics right, the darts will start to fall. So I'm going to make sure I have a good solid stance here. I got my feet set. I got my stance. Once again, I'm not even grabbing my darts yet. I want to make sure I have a good solid stance. Okay, I feel good. Bring my dart up, and now I'm just moving my arm. Okay, I'm just moving my arm back. Nothing else on my body is moving. Just my arm. So we're going to throw a couple there. Same thing. Come back. I'm focusing on my stance and just moving my arm. Now, in a tournament or when we're out in public playing, we're not going to be thinking about these things. The only thing you want to be thinking about is your darts. So that's why it's important to focus on it during practice, so when you do get to the tournament, it's just second nature. You're just going to walk right up and boom, you're going to have that nice balanced solid stance. So same thing, arm up. I'm just moving my arm. Nothing else on my body is moving, including the dart or the hand I'm holding my darts with. It's still on my body. Okay. All right, now the next thing we're going to work on is our follow through. I see a lot of dart players, it's all the same, that do not follow through on their dart. So they have it back and they'll stop there. They're not having a full follow through. Okay, so this is going to be the next thing that we're going to work on. We're still going to have our nice solid stance, arm up, and we're only moving our arm. But now when you throw your dart, you really need to focus on extending all the way. Make sure your arm is extending all the way. Also point at your target. So if I'm aiming at the bullseye, got my solid stance, arm up, I'm only going to move my arm. I throw, I'm pointing at the bullseye with my follow through. Okay, arm up, pointing at the bullseye on my follow through. Same thing on my third dart here, pointing at the bullseye on my follow through. So follow through is important because that's how we're going to get the full stroke of our arm. And pointing at your target, 1, is going to help you hit that target, but 2, it's going to force you to follow through all the way. Okay? Now the last bit I'm going to talk about here is not mechanical. This is strictly mental. You have to have confidence in your darts. If you do not think you're going to hit your target, you're not going to hit your target. If you have confidence that you're going to hit your target every single time, you have a better chance of hitting it. Okay, so darts is very, very mental. If you have a bad mental game, you're never going to get better. If you gain confidence and you have confidence on every single dart you throw, you're going to hit your targets more. So guys, just a quick recap. when you practice these things, make sure you do it only in practice. When you are on the dartboard at a tournament, you do not want to be thinking about these things. At that point, it should be second nature. You've practiced it enough at home. When you get to the dartboard at a tournament, you got your solid stance. You're not moving. You're only moving your arm. I know I'm going to hit that triple 20, and I'm going to point at it on my follow through. Okay, guys? So that's it for this video. If you watched to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and shoot well.